Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Monday, February 18th, 2019. Going to do the live sports decode and discussion. What's up, JT? What's up, GIT? Yeah, you guys are here. We saw Kentucky beat Tennessee this weekend in college basketball. Remember what the standout thing was that we looked at in that decode? The game was 214 days after the Tennessee coach's birthday. And as we pointed out, if Kentucky won, they'd be 21-4, kind of like 214. And Tennessee went from the 1 seed to the 5 seed with their loss. So Gonzaga's back up there again, and Virginia's right behind. And I'm really wondering if we might see a Duke-Virginia championship again in light of how that story lined up with the lieutenant governor in Virginia, how the story of him being accused of rape while at Duke synced up with the college basketball tournament. In case you missed that, that accusation came on the 39th day of the year. It was exactly 39 days before the start of the college basketball tournament. The lieutenant governor was 39 years old. Blue Devils equals 39. Zion Williamson committed to Duke on a 39 date. And then the other thing was the lieutenant governor's name equals 59. And from the day of the accusation to the date of the college basketball championship was 59 days. And as we know, the word slave equals 59. This year, 2019, in August, will be the 400-year anniversary of slaves arriving in America in Virginia, at least according to the history books. So Virginia up to the 3 seed now with the Tennessee loss. And again, the big takeaway from the Kentucky-Tennessee game was that it was 214 days after the Tennessee coach's birthday, and Kentucky became 21-4 with the win. So the All-Star game, I didn't have any real big takeaways. None of the favorites won in any of the competitions. The one thing that was interesting, Martin Brown, who's often in the chat, I don't know if he's here today, but he sent me a text message and said, Giannis, it was Team LeBron versus Team Giannis yesterday. The game was 73 days after Giannis's birthday. 73 days. It's the 73rd NBA season. His team ended up losing. So let me see. Oh, yeah, Joe Harris. That's a good reminder. Joe Harris. So we pointed out that last year, the man who won the dunk competition, he won 163 days after his birthday. And this year, the man who won the three-point contest, he won 163 days after his birthday. So that's probably a number. If you're having a notebook somewhere where you're taking notes on the things you're learning and applying in consistent patterns, that might be something to tuck away. And maybe we should even go through history sometime, or you can do it on your own time and look at if that pattern has persisted throughout history. Has there been more occurrences where people won these competitions 163 days after their birthday? And 163 is the 38th prime. I'd have to think about why that number matters in these competitions. I'm sure there's some riddle there. I don't know it right now, but yeah, that was pointed out by the chat that Joe Harris, it was 163 days after his birthday. So good work, chat. He did pay 10-1, so hopefully some people got that. Yeah, the Curry brothers. I thought they would get it done at home. But Steph Curry's team even lost in the All-Star game at home. Fra Bruce says 73 is a sacrifice number. It is true. It's the 73rd NBA season, though. But yeah, it is true. It is a sacrifice number. What's up, Jeremy? Drew Brees ended the season with 163 wins, Johnny thinks. Okay. Well, let's get to today's decodes. We got some college basketball and some NHL. It's not a real busy day. We got the Battle of the Virginia teams. Battle of the Virginia teams. It's a date with 59 numerology. Again, we just had the Virginia governor riddle that had a lot to do with 59. So let's check it out here. Virginia college basketball, head-to-head, win-loss. I can't type, but that should bring it up anyway. All right, here we go. Yeah, go ahead. You're not on camera. It's fine. Wait a minute. This is the wrong one here. What is going on? Virginia college basketball. Why is that not bringing it up? All right, there we go. All right, so this is going to be the 105th game. And Virginia leads 60 to 44. 60 to 44. Okay, so we don't have a connection here with the date for the series records. It's going to be the 25th game for Virginia and the 26th for Virginia Tech. The one thing that does stand out about the current records is if Virginia gets the W, they get their 23rd win of the season, and we do have 23 date numerology. 23 date numerology, 23 is the 9th prime that could keep Virginia Tech at 9 wins in the ACC. Let's look at the coaches here and the location and just see if any other numbers pop. So we got Castle Stadium, Blacksburg, Virginia. Stadium. Blacksburg, VA. Let's see here. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the coaches. Buzz Williams. Let's see. September 1st, 2018 to today. So it's 170 days, or a span of 171. 171 is the 18th triangular number, but I don't think there's any 18s on the board. There isn't. Let's see his coaching record. Virginia Tech, he's going for win number 95 or loss number 66. Okay. The all-time win-loss doesn't really stand out for anything. All right. Let's check out the Virginia coach, see if anything. Virginia Tech. Oh, Virginia. Tony Bennett. August 3rd. So today's game is 199 days after his birthday, the 46th prime, or 200. Let's see his coaching record. Okay. He's at 241 wins right now, which is the 53rd prime, and his next loss is 89. This is huge to me. This is huge because Virginia equals 89 and 53. 89 and 53. If he loses, he'll have a record of 241 and 89. 241 again is the 53rd prime, and we have this Virginia matchup. So that really stands out. Huh. Hmm. Let me see. Hokies doesn't fit in. Virginia Tech's 199 too. It was 199 days after Tony Bennett's birthday, and his opponent is Virginia Tech today. Okay. Virginia Tech Hokies. Let's check out the Virginia Cavaliers. Oh, that's all right. Virginia Cavaliers is also 89 as well, just like Virginia. All right, so the narrative for Virginia to pick up their 23rd win on the 23 date. College basketball has been pretty good about date numerology. Virginia's narrative is to make Tony Bennett 241 and 89 while at Virginia, which is the ultimate Virginia record, if you ask me. Again, 241, the 53rd prime. Virginia equals 53 and 89. And as we just saw, Virginia Cavaliers is also 89. So I don't know how it could get any more Virginia than that. ESPN, we see a lot of upsets on ESPN. Again, ESPN has overlap with upset. ESPN, upset. Got that 1854 thing right here. If I was going to bet on this game, I would bet on Virginia Tech to cover. Maybe it goes down to the buzzer. I won't be surprised at all if Virginia Tech wins, because that gives Tony Bennett the very perfect record. And also, it's 199 days from Tony Bennett's birthday, and Virginia Tech equals 199. So let me check it. Yeah, I guess, Frobro, maybe the point you're making with the fact that he coached at Washington State is that today is President's Day. So George Washington has the 333-foot monument in Virginia as well. Yeah. That's you guys are right about that one too. Virginia can get their 61st win on the 18th. So Virginia has a double connection to the date numerology. They can get the 23rd win on a 23 date, and they can get the 61st series win on the 18th and on ESPN, the 18 network. That's why it's dicey. But man, the coach of Virginia with a loss, his record would just be Virginia in both columns, the win and the loss. He'd also get that magic record at 22-3. So it's a tough call. Date numerology says Virginia. Tony Bennett's coaching record, again, it makes a lot of sense with a loss. Unless he's saving that 89th loss for maybe a big loss in the tournament. Maybe Virginia wins out until they get to the March Madness, and his 89th loss is the eliminator in March Madness. Wrong birthday? Who do I got the wrong birthday for? Oh, weird. Did I grab the wrong Tony Bennett a second ago? Did I grab the singer? Hold on. That's funny it worked out that way. I did. Apologies, you guys. I did get the wrong Tony Bennett coaching record. That's funny. Hey, what's up, man?
What up, man? Man, this game is tough, man. Like, because I decoded all 3 games. I'm scared of that game too because Buzz Williams, right, the Virginia Tech coach, he got 94 wins. He could get his 95th win.
Yeah.
The next team they play is Notre Dame. Notre Dame equals 95. So he could walk in with the 95.
Okay. Or he could get his 95th win over Notre Dame.
True, but you got to also look at the conference. Now, here's where it's tricky. They could go 9-5 in the conference too and walk into Notre Dame with 9-5 in the conference.
I noticed the basketball coach, Tony Bennett, has 95 birth numerology, 6 + 1 + 19 + 69.
Yeah, man, that's tough. And then look, Zach, check this out. Like, the thing that gets me with Virginia, which I might go both ways. If I do a parlay, I'm gonna do both teams both ways. The reason being is because in the Gregorian calendar, how they write 2-2-3, because the next game is on 2-2-3. So they write it as 23/2.
February 23rd.
I look at Virginia going at 23-2.
Their next game's February 23rd, Virginia?
But everybody plays on Saturday, which is 2-3.
I see. Let's see here.
So Virginia Tech to walk in 22-3 or 23-2.
They play Louisville. I see.
Yeah. So it's tough, man. That game's tough.
Yeah. See if we can get an easier one.
Yep. All right, yo.
All right, appreciate it. All right, so again, I had the wrong Tony Bennett birthday, but Virginia, their narrative is to pick up their 23rd win on the 23 day. Oh, and also their 61st series win against Virginia Tech on the 18th, 61 the 18th prime. The one thing is, the coach of Virginia, Tony Bennett, if he loses, his record with Virginia becomes 241-89. Virginia equals 89-53. 241 is the 53rd prime. So that makes things dicey. Illinois, Wisconsin. Right away on the surface, Wisconsin can get the 18th win on the 18th. That would also give, oh no, what I was about to say is not true. Let me see. Is there anything else here with the date numerology? This is a mistake. It's the 49th day of the year. Today's the 49th day of the year, in case you read my notes earlier up there. That was a typo. Okay, let's come back. So the only thing going really with the date numerology, well, it is also a 59 date, which is the 17th prime, but that's not as pure as getting that 18th win on the 18th. Let's look at the head-to-head here for these teams. Wisconsin, head-to-head. Illinois. This will be the 129th game, and Wisconsin can get their 55th win. They could also get their 75th loss, but 55 is a Wisconsin number. Wisconsin's 55. And the game is in Wisconsin. Let's see something here. Badgers. Wisconsin Badgers. What's Illinois' nickname? I forget. Fighting Illini. Let's see here. Illinois. The other thing about Wisconsin getting their 55th series win is it also gives them their 10th win in the Big Ten. And think of the powerful relationship with 55 and 10. When you add 1 through 10 together, it equals 55. It's the 10th Fibonacci number. 55 is the 10th triangular. So I think Wisconsin getting that 55th series win makes a lot of sense today. And I noticed they're a 9.5-point favorite. I wouldn't be surprised if they won by 10, keeping Illinois at 10 wins on the season. So I think Wisconsin's got good numbers, that 55 ritual in Wisconsin. Kansas State. Let's see. We have a 20-date numerology. This doesn't play as well as these date numerologies that use all the digits, though. Okay, we got a 20-date. Let's see here. Let's look at the head-to-head. Actually, before I go ahead with this game, just because we have so few games to look at today, let's just be extra thorough. Let's look at the Wisconsin and Illinois head coaches real quick. Just take that extra couple minutes to do it. I mean, the Wisconsin riddle already looks good, but let's just see if there's something else there. Wisconsin, Greg Jard. Let's see. He's going for his 75th win. It's interesting that he's coached 118 games. Wisconsin's 118. Well, here's the reason it is good to look and be thorough. I see that his next loss is his 45th. And Illinois' got that connection to 45. That's the upset narrative there for Illinois. He could get his 45th loss against Illinois, the ninth triangular. Anything there with that? Okay, let's look up what was his birthday. December 3rd. So his birthday was 77 days ago, or a span of 78. Check out the Illinois basketball coach real quick. Brad Underwood. Brad Underwood, 58th game, going for 25th win or 34th loss. Birthday is December 14th. So 66 days ago, or a span of 67. Okay, so I don't really see any connection with the Illinois coach. I still favor Wisconsin here. It just got the only concern now for Wisconsin is that their coach's next loss is his 45th. Illinois 45. 45 is a big number in Illinois sports. Bears is 45. Cubs is 45. But still, I think Wisconsin's got the better riddle here. Check the arena real quick. Kohl Center. Madison. Well, hold on. That's something interesting. Greg Gard, his next win is also his 75th. So he can get his 75th win in Madison. And I think the head-to-head for these teams. There it is. Illinois could also potentially get its 75th win. But I think the strongest riddle is them picking up their 55th win in Wisconsin and getting their 10th win in the Big Ten. So getting that 18th win on the 18th. I think more things are pointing that way. You guys don't fight. So I understand why people. Okay, I think it's best to use these more modern records. I realize that the schools go back further, but I think the modern era, the records we're looking at right now, I think they're the ones that they go by. So I do realize that the schools go back further, and there are other standings out there. I think the ones we're looking at though are the ones to go with. So Dakota says when you go back all the way to the earliest history of the schools, Illinois leads 110 to 89. It's just like so like the comparison is it's just like when we look at championships in the NFL. We mostly just consider the Super Bowl era. However, when you look back at the older records pre-Super Bowl, those records can make a difference too. Like for example, the Philadelphia Eagles, they've only won one Super Bowl, but they've won multiple championships. And if you go back and look at all the championships the Eagles won, they won them on dates with 98 numerology, just like how they won the Super Bowl in the 98th NFL season. So I do think that the older history is important, but for these series records, I think it is best to go with these ones. And these have been doing us well. However, sometimes it's tough when you get these tighter narratives. We're on day streaks of tighter narratives now. So. Did I type in Madison, Wisconsin? Madison WI is also 55 too, huh? And 44. That's interesting. Just like Wisconsin's 44 and 55. Madison, Wisconsin, 74. Illinois can stay at 74 wins in the modern era. And I'd say the only real scare here for Wisconsin tonight is the coach getting his 45th loss against Illinois because Illinois is 45. It's the only concern there. All right, let's look at Kansas State, West Virginia. Okay. 17th game. We have a 59 date numerology, 59 the 17th prime, and Kansas State can get its 7th win. So we have a prime number relationship here. 59 date, 59 is the 17th prime. They can get the 7th win in the 17th game. 17 the 7th prime. So prime numbers all the way there with that one. Prime numbers are usually where it's at. That would give Kansas State its 20th win on a 20-date numerology. And Kansas State are the Wildcats, and West Virginia are the Mountaineers. That's right. Okay, let's see. Let's see if anything else jumps out here. Kansas State, Wildcats. Let's see. West Virginia can get their 16th loss against the Wildcats. Wildcats 53, the 16th prime. Okay, let's see. Put it all together. Wildcats. Mountaineers. Mountaineers is 71, the 20th prime number. And again, Kansas State can get their 20th win. So fitting opponent name to do it against. Mountaineers, the 71, the 20th prime. West Virginia. Mountaineers. Okay. Check out the coaches real quick. Looks good for Kansas State. So Kansas State, he can get his this is going to be his 231st game with Kansas State. That's the 21st triangular number. I don't think we have a 21 on the board though. Okay, he can get his 145th win or 87th loss. Why does it do that? There we go. 145th win or 87th loss. Those numbers. He can stay at 241 overall losses. Let's see. Check his birthday. His birthday was October 16th. 125 days or a span of 126, which is also 18 weeks. Let's see, the West Virginia. All right, Bob Huggins, 81st game. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He used to play there, huh? I want his coaching record. Let's see. His birthday is September 21st. 150 days or a span of 151. It's 36th prime. He's at 145 losses. The other coach is going for his 145th win. 411th game. Let me just make sure. So that 145 comes up with both coaches. I just want to make sure it's not somewhere in the team names again. $54. So again, the nice things for Kansas State, 3 things were good for Kansas State. 17th series match. Kansas State can get their 7th win. Put that back up here real quick. Back up so you can see it. All right, so 17th game, Kansas State can get the 7th win, 17 the 7th prime. We have 59 date numerology, 59 is the 17th prime, 17 is the 7th. So we got this prime number relationship. And the other thing is we have a 20 date numerology. They can pick up their 20th win, and Mountaineers equals 71 the 20th prime. So Wildcats also sums to 53, the 16th prime, and West Virginia can get their 16th loss. So I don't see anything that's favorable for West Virginia in this game. Marty also points out how Kansas State goes with the date. Okay, so let's just again look at what we saw here. Virginia Tech. Virginia can get their 23rd win on a 23 date, and they can get their 61st series win on the 18th, 61 the 18th prime. Remember the word prime itself, just using the alphabetic order, sums to 61, and that comes from sacred geometry. So that's a really powerful relationship. Virginia definitely has the date narrative. The one thing is, though, their coach, Tony Bennett, he has 241 wins and 88 losses right now. 241 is the 53rd prime. If he lost, his record would be 241 and 89. So 241 is pretty much 53 prime number relationship. So his record would kind of be like 53 and 89, and Virginia equals 53 and 89. And we have an all Virginia matchup. So date numerology says Virginia takes it. Tony Bennett's record says, uh-oh, is there a deeper Virginia riddle here? But in light of what we've seen forecast for a potential Duke-Virginia championship, I mean, it doesn't mean that Virginia has to win this game to make the championship with Duke. Doesn't have to happen. But in terms of them being a top-seeded teams, well, even if Virginia loses, they're still going to be a high seed. But for them to be up at the very top, this is probably a game they can't lose. So it's tight because of that. Wisconsin can get their 55th win in the modern era, in the time standings and records have been measured, Wisconsin equals 55. That would also give them their 10th Big Ten win. 55 is the 10th triangular number. They'd pick up their 18th win of the season on an 18 date. The only thing concerning here is Wisconsin's head coach can get their 45th loss and Illinois equals 45. So I think Wisconsin has the better narrative, but that 45th loss, it just gives you a little bit something to think about. So, and Kansas State seemingly is the safest pick of the day. 20-date numerology. West Virginia Mountaineers equals 71, the 20th prime. It's the 17th series match. 17 is the 7th prime. Kansas State can get their 7th win. And 59-date numerology, the 17th prime. So the Oklahoma State game. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oklahoma State, TCU. Okay, so right away for TCU, what stands out is they can get their 18th win on the 18th, and they're the Christian school. And Christian has that Gematria 61, the 18th prime. 61, the 18th prime. So that just stands out right away about that game. And Oklahoma State could get their 17th loss on the 59-date numerology, 59, the 17th prime. So those things stand out right away. Let's see here. TCU versus Oklahoma. Going to be the 49th game. It's the 49th day of the year. TCU has 20 wins already. We do have a 20-date numerology. Oh, no, wait. Wait a minute. Oklahoma City, that's not who we want. We want Oklahoma State. There we go. All right. 23rd game, 23-date numerology. Whoops. 23rd game on a 23 date, and it looks like TCU can get their 7th win as well. 7. Again, 59-date numerology, 59 the 17th prime, 17 the 7th prime. I guess as I say that out loud, I realize Oklahoma State could get their 17th win. So that's actually not helpful. Let's see here. TCU, Horned Frogs. Horned Frogs. Sooners. We have a 39 date. Sooners is 39. Oklahoma State. Sooners. Hold on, let me come back here real quick. Horned Frogs has this gematria of 66. That's the 11th triangular number. I see that Oklahoma State could get their 11th loss in the conference. I think TCU has the better riddle here. Again, getting that 18th win as the Christian school on the 18th of the month. Let me see. Stillwater, Oklahoma. Check out the arena real quick. And here we can look at the coaches to be thorough. TCU basketball coach. Jamie Dixon, born November 10th. So the game's 100 days after his birthday, which means it's his 101st day of his age. That's interesting because look at Christian again. 101. And we were following that 61 18th prime riddle. So it's the 101st day of the Christian school coach's age. He's born in 65 too, like how Christianity is 65. Okay. It's going to be his 98th game. He's going for his 63rd win or his 36th loss. I don't think that goes with none of that really stands out with today's date or opponent. Let me double check. Oklahoma Sooners. Yeah, it doesn't go. Let's see. Oklahoma Sooners basketball coach on Kruger, August 19th. 183 days, 184th day of his age. Lon Kruger is... he's at 101 losses right now. It's funny. So next win's 157. The other thing about Oklahoma State's record is today has the 23 date and the 59 date numerology. 59 is the 17th prime, 23 is the 9th prime. Their record would be perfect with the date with the loss. If they were 2-11, that's kind of like 211, the 47th prime as well. Christian's also 47, 211, the 47th prime. I like the TCU riddle. I like the Christian school getting the 18th win on the 18th. Uh-oh, somebody said I had the wrong coach. Oh shit. You guys, my fault. I'm looking at Oklahoma Sooners and not what's Oklahoma State Buckeyes? Is that there? Cowboys, that's right. My fault, guys. All right, hold on. Oklahoma Cowboys. Okay, Mike Boynton. His birthday is January 17th, so his birthday was 32 days ago, or it's his 33rd day of his age. Mike Boynton, let's see. Okay, so this is he's coached 61 games, which is interesting coming into this. It's his 62nd game, and if he won, he would be 31-31. I know Oklahoma is 31, but technically they're Oklahoma State. Let's see. Cowboys. His 33rd day of his age. Let's see. TCU. Texas Christian University. I still think the strongest riddle is them getting that 18th win on the 18th being the Christian school. 61, the 18th prime. It's also an ESPN game, ESPN, the 18 network. So, all right, I favor I favor TCU in that one. I think they got the better riddle. Oklahoma State, again, their win-loss record is perfect with the date numerology with the loss. So, all right, let's come up to let's see what's going on in the NHL today. Here, let's go. I want to go back to Saturday's games real quick too. They made the early games nail biters after being big early leads. Hold on. Okay, so in the early games, we liked the Flyers and the Flames, and they did get it done. The Flyers game I liked more, and it ended up going to overtime. They gave a big lead in the end. We said the Lightning was a safe pick, but not a good payout. The Blues ended up getting that 30th win on the 30-date numerology, and they won 3-0. The one scare in this game was that the Avalanche could have got their 59th points and Blues equals 59, so it made it a little bit dicey. But the date numerology prevailed in the Blues game. The game that I thought was the safest pick was the Jets to beat Ottawa, and they lost in overtime. And the reason I like this game is because Ottawa equaled 37. It was a 37 date, and they ended up losing. So this is the game that really surprised me. We thought the Coyotes could beat the Maple Leafs at home, get the upset there. That happened. That was the upset. The Blue Jackets had good numbers to beat the Blackhawks, but the Blackhawks were a hot team, so that was the only question there. And we thought the Canucks might be able to upset the Sharks, another upset. If you took the puck line on the Canucks-Sharks game, you won. The Canucks covered the puck line. But the biggest takeaway from all of these games on this day was this right here. And the 37-date numerology, this game was February 16th, 19. So it's the numerology where you go 2 plus 16 plus 19 equals 37. It seems that all of the games with that date numerology, they're not getting the win when they have that opportunity. I thought this one would be different because Ottawa equaled 37. So they had the chance to pick up the 37th win on a date which would have corresponded, plus the city name. It seems that at a high percentage where a team is going for a win, where the date numerology is this method in the NHL, the one where you just add the day plus the month plus the second part of the year, it seems it is not happening. So I would make a note about that. And if you see, like for example, when we look today, if there's a team going for their 39th win today, I just assume that they're not going to get it because that's the pattern we've seen with that. And perhaps that's an indicator in the NHL. Perhaps that date numerology means they won't get it on that date. That's the way it's feeling, observing it over the last week. Okay, so we got 6 games today to look at. And again, for the NHL, it's the 139th day of the season. Something to consider how that might matter is America equals 139. Remember the other day it was the 132nd day of the season, United States of America, 132. And we saw one Canadian versus U.S. team, and the U.S. team won. America might not be as good because technically Canada is in North America. But just something to consider when we look at the Canada NHL matchups. Again, we got 59-date numerology, 32-23. If we see a team going for the 39th win, my assumption today is going to be that they're not going to get it. And also 20. Plus it's the 18th, and it's the 49th day of the year. So let's look. Let's look at this. Flames. The one thing I see for the Flames is that they can get their 17th loss, 59 date the 17th prime, American team versus Canadian team. Calgary NHL head-to-head win-loss record. The other thing about the Arizona team is Arizona's 39. It's a 39 date numerology. It's going to be the 199th game between these teams. Calgary going for their 97th win or 76th loss. Let me this too. Okay. The one thing about it being the 199th game is that's the 46th prime number. In Phoenix, where the Coyotes play, this game's on the road, but Phoenix does equal 46. Perhaps something to consider. Let's see. Arizona Coyotes. Somebody was going for. So the Coyotes have 75 wins in the series right now. Coyotes. Arizona's got 39 date numerology. What's up, caller?
Hey, Zach, how you doing, man?
Doing well. What's going on?
Oh, hey, I just ordered your book, and are you gonna send it to me, or do I have to download it?
It's an instant download.
Oh, okay, I did that.
Okay. Are you on the live stream right now?
No, I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay. We're doing a live stream right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Zach, can I ask you a question?
Sure, real quick.
Yeah. So who's gonna go to NBA final this season?
You should get in our sports live stream right now. This is what we do every day.
Oh, so do I have to sign in?
Yeah, it's on Patreon. Hey, I'm getting another call for somebody who's in the live stream right now, so I got to switch over. I don't mean to rush you off, but I'm just in the middle of doing something that people pay for.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks. Take care.
All right, bye.
Okay. It's interesting that Calgary Flames is 75, like Arizona Coyotes. And again, right now, that's how many wins the Coyotes have in the series. Okay. Let's look at the standings here. All right. So these teams are in the same division. Calgary can get its 18th home win today on the 18th. That stands out. Arizona, 16th away win or 14th loss. Hey, what's up?
I like the Flames to lose.
You're looking at the 17th loss. What's the standout stat to you?
I look at something else, man. I'm getting one of my tricks, man. Monday equals 27 and ESPN equals 27. So the Cyclones gonna get their 27th win on Monday on ESPN.
Yeah, the Coyotes would be 27 and 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good observation. The only stat I've seen so far that goes in Calgary's favors potentially getting that 18th home win on the 18th. ESPN's also 18.
Yeah.
But
and we gotta make sure we look at the days of the week too, Zach. That stuff matters. So yeah. But no, I'm liking what you're saying. 59th game, 7 seconds. Yeah, so we'll see.
All right.
But yeah, that's what I like, man. And I remember, and I'm listening to what you're saying about the dates that don't matter. Like you said, like today we look at the let's look at this, Zach, too. And you might want to jump, because I remember too, like when you was doing I think a better review for us. Remember how we was doing NFL and you would type it down like notes? Remember how you do the decode? I think you should do that, because then you could like put notes, like that's how we get a football right all the time, because you was putting notes down. So we were seeing what works and what not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing is that takes hours and hours to do. I don't have the time to do that Monday through Saturday.
Well, I think you should at least try to do it like on like say like the 2 primetime games we got or something, like, you know, like Virginia versus Virginia Tech, like do a decode. Because like I'm thinking that date does matter, because 39 is the 10th prime. So let's try to look for the 10.
39 is not the 10th prime. 29 is. 39 is not a prime number.
I'm sorry, it's not 30. Sorry. When you write out 10, don't it equal 39?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, when you write out 10, it's 39.
Yeah. Yeah. So just like, so I think we should look for the 10 instead of just the 39 that's hidden. You know.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right. Okay. Yeah. The other thing for the Coyotes today is they can get their 59th season points. They get their 59th season points on a 59 date numerology. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coyotes got a riddle, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, man. I'm going to let you finish, man.
All right. Keep it up. Thanks. So the only way we could be more thorough here is to look at the goalies. But the goalies, I don't know. The goalies have been burning me more often than records and points have. Let's see. So he's at 14 wins and 14 losses for this season. He must have played besides just this year, huh? There we go. Career. He can get his 68th win or 56th loss tonight for the career. Let's see what's going on with the other goalie. Mike Smith. He's going for the 16th win or 12th loss. None of those numbers really jump out tonight. Nothing really there with the goalies. So, seemingly, the Coyotes have the better riddle for today. The one concern is the Flames can get their 18th home win at home on the 18th on the ESPN network, where ESPN's 18. But the Coyotes can get those 59th points on 59 date numerology. 59 is the 17th prime. Give the Flames their 17th loss. And yeah, what was it? Somebody had a 56 here a second ago. Okay. The goalies, though, man, the goalies have been burning me. Here's another narrative for the Calgary team. The goalie for Arizona can get his 56th all-time loss tonight. And notice Flames is 56, just using the alphabetic order. So the goalies haven't been as great at indicators, though, as the records and the points. Those have been the better indicators for sure. All right, Columbus Blue Jackets, Lightning. Nothing screaming out here about the date either. Let's see. Going to be the 31st game, and the Lightning can get their 20th win on a date with the 20 connection. Now, I haven't made any strong observation about this date numerology method, but I have noticed this one's not working out for NHL. Okay, so Lightning have a chance at the 20th win. Let's see the Lightning are on the road. The Lightning could theoretically stay at 20 away wins on a 20 date. They're on the road. They're 26-2. And Columbus, they're 15-12-2 at home. Let's see, do any of these numbers jive? Columbus, 47, the 15th prime. Blue Jackets, 71, the 20th prime. 71, the 20th prime. Their next win is 20. Columbus Blue Jackets, 53, the 16th prime. Their next home win's the 16th, and for the Lightning, all right, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is also 47, the 15th prime. Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning. There's not really any strong indicators for the, or hold on. Was there something I missed? Check one more thing real quick. Blue Jackets with a win would get their 71st home points at home on the 20 day. There's not any really strong indicators for this game. Blue Jackets equaling 71, potentially getting their 71st home points at home on a date with the 20 connection, 71, the 20th prime. But I wouldn't consider that a strong riddle. The narrative for the Lightning, the best narrative would be the Blue Jackets staying at 15 home wins, Tampa Bay's 47, Columbus is 47, 47, the 15th prime. I just don't see anything to lead with confidence there. Lightning does equal 44. They're at 44 wins, but no way to really tell if they'd advance off that in this game. This game's also in Ohio. Of course, Ohio's 47, the 15th prime. But that's a good point, Sports Gematria. Tampa Bay 79, the 22nd prime, and the Blue Jackets could get their 22nd loss. That is a good point. Rob says check the records in the stadium. So here, M cubed, is that what you're saying? M cubed, NHL teams, Columbus Blue Jackets, series records. Tampa Bay Lightning at home, 6-7-1. Here, I'll do that for the Coyotes and Flames game real quick. I would say that, that there's just there's not a strong enough indicator to have much of an opinion on the Blue Jackets game. Calgary Flames series records at home against the Arizona Coyotes. Nothing there that goes with the date for today either. All right. Did we check the goalies? Maybe we didn't check the goalies yet. Let's do the goalies real quick. Again, the goalies haven't been the greatest indicators, but still, it's good to check all of our bases. So this is the goalie for Tampa Bay. He can get his 26th win or his 8th loss. It's his 33rd game of the season. And the Columbus goalie, he can get his 10th win or his 5th loss. If he gets his if he got his 5th loss, that'd be his 29th career loss. I know that Blue Jackets has that 109, the 29th prime connection, but still can get that at any point. Yeah, there's just not a strong indicator for that game today. Sports Gematria's point about Tampa Bay summing to 79, the 22nd prime, you know, maybe. But then again, like we said, Blue Jackets equals 71. They could get their 71st points at home, 71, the 20th prime. We have a 20 date. I just stay away from that game. Senators, Blackhawks. Okay. It's the 49th day of the year. The Senators could stay at 49 points on the 49th day. That's one thing that stands out. The Blackhawks could get 59 points on a date with 59 numerology. Those are the things that stand out on the surface. Senators. 36th game. They have 10 wins. They can get their 17th loss today. That goes perfect too. 59, the 17th prime. 59, the 17th prime. The Blackhawks pick up their 59th points and their 17th win in the series. So this is what I like to see. We're off to a good alignment here. Let's check out the goalie. Over here, let's look at these standings too. Senators are on the road. They can get their 20th away loss on a 20 date. The Senators can. There's one more checkbox in the column. Blackhawks. Let's see. Now, Ottawa's also 17. How about that? So good team to get the 59th points against. Now, this Ottawa 37 thing didn't play out this weekend with Winnipeg. And again, I got to say that I think all of these methods are important. But I think if you're looking at a number that's forwards versus a number that's backwards, I think it's this number that's more important. I think if there's a ranking system, the forward numbers are probably more important than the reverse numbers, like if they're on a tier. So, Senators. The only thing is Ottawa and Chicago have the connection to 37. The only argument I could make for Ottawa is that, where'd they go? Wait a minute. No, what was it? Chicago? The only argument for Ottawa is that Chicago could get their 12th home loss. That's the only one I see. I think all those other narratives are way juicier. Goalies real quick. I think things look good for Chicago here. So he's at 7 wins. He could get his 7th loss to go with these 59 and 17 riddles we're seeing. He'd be 7 and 7. And he would do this in Chicago, the city that's divided into 77 neighborhood areas. He could also get his 61st career loss on the 18th, 61 the 18th prime. So I think that makes some sense. Let's see here. This goalie for the Blackhawks. Win-loss. He's at 7 wins. Yeah, I got to say that I like the Blackhawks here for multiple reasons. Senators stay at 49 on the 49th day. Blackhawks pick up their 59th points on the 59 date numerology. The series, the Blackhawks get their 17th win. Ottawa's 17, 59 to 17th prime. So I think this is the best riddle we've seen yet. This also has the American team beating the Canadian team. We're wondering if that's a riddle today, it being the 139th day of the season in America equaling 139. Coyotes are the other team that can pick up the 59th points today. So here's another game where we got 59 points on the board. Avalanche. Avalanche versus the Golden Knights. All right, let's see what we got going on here. There won't be a lot of games. So this will be the 5th game, and the Golden Knights lead 3-1. Remember, they had the dominant first season. So that does mean that Colorado could become 2-3 against them today on the 23-date numerology. Just a thought. It's also a 32-date. Speaking of which, have I been skipping over any 32s today? So the Golden Knights could stay at 32 wins. Well, then again, the Avalanche could stay at 23, huh? And as I say that out loud, I realize that the Senators could get their 23rd win or 32nd loss. So I'd still favor the Blackhawks there just because they got the points thing going. Okay. Golden Knights, Avalanche. Let's see. Either team can stay on those win totals. Let's look at the standings here. Avalanche can get the 11th home win or the 13th home loss. And Golden Knights on the road, 15 and 15. Okay. I'm liking those Avalanche 59 points. That's what's staring me in the face. Check out the goalies here. Well, the Vegas goalie, look at that. He can get his 59th win today. He can get his 59th win. He could also get his 32nd loss. Ugh. That's interesting. Okay. So that goes either way. By the way, what's the Gematria Vegas? Las Vegas. Las Vegas 23. Okay. The other goalie. Avalanche goalie right here. He can get his 153rd win today. That's the 17th triangular. Or he can get his 38th loss. Colorado's the 38th state. Colorado equals 38. Vegas Golden Knights has this connection to 89. That's the 24th prime number. With the Avalanche win, they would be 24 and 24. Tight one there. Hold on, let me go back and just check these series records real quick for these. Oops. NHL. Colorado Avalanche. What have they done at home against this team? 1-0 at home. And let me come back here and look at this last game we checked out too. Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago Blackhawks versus the Ottawa Senators. They can get their 12th home win, Chicago. Ottawa and Chicago are both 37, the 12th prime. Okay. One scary thing for Chicago is if they lose, they'll stay on 49 all-time points versus Ottawa on the 49th day. That's a good stat there, Shane. That's a good stat. I'm wondering where you got that one. Is it on an M cube stat? Or maybe you just thought about it manually. Shane said 49 all-time points. $46. Wouldn't it be 23 times 2 is 46 plus 2 ties? Wouldn't that be 48 points right now? I'm probably missing something. Okay. All right. I'm thinking a good betting strategy in the NHL today might be to really follow the teams that can get those 59th points. So we got 3 of those games on the board. We got the Coyotes. That would be an American team beating a Canadian team. Blackhawks and the Avalanche Golden Knights. Let's see. We got 2 more games here. Bruins and Sharks. See what it's all about. See what it's all about here. So both teams have 17 losses, unfortunately. Boston equals 77. The Sharks are at 77 points. We just saw LeBron James get his 77th career triple-double against Boston. Then our man Ron called the triple-double against Atlanta. Okay, let's see. How about for the season here? Sharks are at home. The Sharks get their 20th home win on the 20 date. Boston. Boston's on the road. Is that right? Yeah. So 14th away or 11th loss. Let's look here. San Jose. San Jose is 20. Again, they were going for a 20th home win. San Jose's 43 as well, and Boston could theoretically get its 14th away win, 43 the 14th prime. San Jose Sharks. The Bruins could stay on 76 points against the Sharks. Let's check Bruins. With a Sharks win, they'd go from 77 points to 79 points. Bruins has the 79 connection. Boston Bruins. So the Bruins can stay on 76 points against the Sharks, 76, and the Sharks can advance to 79 points against the Bruins. That's the thing that's standing out the most to me so far. That's the biggest standout stat. The best argument for the Bruins so far is that they could get their 14th away win, and San Jose's 43, the 14th prime, and Bruins is also 43. But those overall points, I think that riddle's a little better. Let's see what the head-to-head is here. Bruins. Whoops. It's going to be the 39th game. We got a 39 date, 21-12. The Bruins lead 21-12. Let's check the goalies real quick. Well, here, let's do this first. NHL teams. San Jose Sharks, series records, Boston Bruins. 7-10 against the Bruins at home. So the Bruins have done well on the road against this team. $7-11. All right, let's check the goalies real quick. So the goalie for Boston can get his 20th win on the 20 date. He could also get his 9th loss. We have a 23-date numerology, the 9th prime. And the Sharks goalie. His next, let's see. Going for his 29th win or his 12th loss. There's not a real strong read in this game, but those 79th points, Bruins 79, and them staying at 76 points, Sharks 76. I'd say that's the best riddle, but I wish there was something more to give me some greater confidence. Sharks can also get the 20th home win on the 20 date. And Sports Gematria also makes the point about the relationship with 79 and 22. 79 is the 22nd prime. Boston's 22. So that is a good point. I'd say Sharks do have the better riddle there in that game. But still, I just wish there was... I wish there was something with one of these date numerologies up here. I'm going to observe what happens with the 20s today. I know this one's not working. But undetermined on this. These three have been working. So... Capitals, Kings. Capitals, Kings. For the Kings, it's their 59th game of the season. And for the Capitals, it's their 60th. Capitals. $112th game. Somebody can get their 39th win. Like I said, that hasn't been working. But where I've been observing that is just in the... I haven't been observing it in the head-to-head records. I've just been observing it like if a team can get their 39th win or their 39th loss, that's where it hasn't been working. So in terms of the series records, a little bit different. Okay. So the Capitals can get their 39th win. Federal equals 39. They're from the Federal City. Kings can get their 58th. If only they were going for 59. Something to think about is it is President's Day, you know, in large part because of George Washington. We're talking about the city named after him. They can also get their 33rd win of the season. Washington, a 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemason. Just got to wonder about that, playing on President's Day. Okay. Anything else? The Capitals are at 71 points. That's the 20th prime, and they're at 20 losses as well. 20-day. Let's see here about for the other standings. Capitals can get their 16th away win or 12th loss. Well, that doesn't help us out because the game's in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is 37, the 12th prime, and 53, the 16th prime. Kings home. Kings can get their 13th win in LA. LA 13. Let's see. 29th home game. Washington 49, the 49th day of the year. Capitals. Washington Capitals. Capitals, I see, is 54. With a LA win, they would get their 54th points. So they could get their 54th points by beating Washington. That would give them their 13th home win, too. Let's see here. Kings equals 24. Their next win's the 24th. Kings. Let's check this M cube thing real quick. At home, they are 35, 15, and 6. This will be the 57th game. If you use the rule for S, Capitals is 36. Could Get their 36th home win. Check the goalies here. The Washington goalie's name equals 49, like Washington, 49th day of the year. His name also equals 167, the 39th prime. And again, they are going for that 39th series win. Jack Campbell. Hold on, I forgot to check their records. All right, let's see what the Capitals goalie is. His stats. "12 wins, 5 losses." So he's going for his 13th win in LA. LA, the land of 13. And Jack Campbell. He's unconfirmed, though, the Capitals goalie. Could be somebody else. The LA goalie's at 7 wins and 10 losses on the season. So he's not any confidence builder. Probably out of all the stats that we looked at there, the best, maybe if there's a best indicator, it's just that the Kings can get that 54th win. Or not 54th win, but they can get their 54th points, and Capitals equals 54. But not a super strong read. Sharks and Bruins. Bruins equals 79. They can get their 79th points. 79 is the 22nd prime. Boston 22. Sharks equals 76. They could keep the Bruins on 76 points. This game, it's a close call, but the 59th points on the 59 date numerology seem pretty good. Blackhawks have the majority of riddles in their favor for this game. They can also get their 59th points on the 59 date. Lightning, Blue Jackets. I would just stay away from this game. There was not any real strong indicators. I'd stay away from that one. And Coyotes Flames is iffy, but the Coyotes do have that 59th points thing going. And this is the 139th day of the NHL season. America equals 139. I'm wondering if that might mean the American teams prevail over the Canadian teams. But again, like I said, Canada is North America. If the Coyotes did beat the Flames, they'd get their 17th loss today. 59 is the 17th prime. ESPN known for the upsets. I think if I bet on this Coyotes-Flames game, I'd take the puck line here. I'd take the puck line just in case the Flames pull it out. Coyotes will probably, they might very well win. Then you'll definitely win. If they cover the spread, then you also win. So I think following the 59 themes is probably a good idea today. Again, the date numerology has been panning out a lot more often than not in NHL. And these 2 California games, you know, they're no guarantees, but I would say the better narrative is in favor of the home teams. I just wonder a little bit about the Washington, D.C. team on President's Day, though. So I'd just stay away from this Lightning Blue Jackets game. I don't see a good read there. Shane Lux says President's Day equals 60, and the Kings have 60 all-time wins over Washington. So the one thing about that is that you could make the argument that they stay there, or they could. Oh, yeah, that's because of the overtime losses. The thing about them getting the 61st win, though, is 61's the 18th prime. And here we are on the 18th of the month. So, yeah, I'd say that game's in the danger category. Let's come back to college basketball real quick. Why can I not get there? Okay, college basketball. Again, what we looked at. Virginia Tech. The thing here is the Virginia can get its 23rd win on a 23 date and its 61st win against Virginia Tech on the 18th, 61 the 18th prime. The date numerology looks good for Virginia. The big scare is the coach's record. The coach of Virginia, he's 241 and 88. And 241 is the 53rd prime, Virginia 53. His next loss is his 89th, meaning if he loses to Virginia Tech, he has a very Virginia record. So that makes me nervous about that game. That would also put him at 22 and 3. Pretty magical numbers, as we know. Illinois, Wisconsin. Wisconsin can get their 55th win against Illinois. Wisconsin equals 55. 55 is the 10th Fibonacci number and the 10th triangular. That would give them their 10th Big Ten win. 55 and 10, peas in a pod. The only scare here is Wisconsin's next loss. Wisconsin's coach's next loss, the head coach, is number 45. And Illinois equals 45 in our most pure cipher. I do not expect Illinois to win this game, but that's just the one thing that makes me go, If Wisconsin wins, they get their 18th win on the 18th as well. And Kansas State seemingly had good numbers to beat West Virginia. Didn't really see anything for West Virginia on the board. We also took a peek at the Oklahoma State Cowboys versus TCU game. We looked at that one as well. Where are you? There you are. TCU is the Christian school. Christian equals 61. That's the 61's the 18th prime. They can get their 18th win today. Oklahoma State with a loss would be 9 and 17. We have 23 date numerology. That's the 9th prime. We have 59 date numerology. That's the 17th prime. And Oklahoma State with a loss falls to 2 and 11, kind of like 211, the 47th prime. Christian is also 47. So I think TCU has pretty good numbers. And the one other thing that we were going to do today was look at the AF. What do they call this league? The AAF. Let's see. We wanted to see what happened here in these games. Okay. So Salt Lake lost. Salt Lake had the connection to the date, and which one was it? I think the Arizona team had the connection to the date too. So we can't make any good indicators off that because one of them won and one of them lost. The two teams with the connection to the date. Yeah, it was the Hot Shots. I was hoping that those teams would match each other. Okay, so we're going to have to continue to wait and see. And then both Sunday games, both teams had connection to the date. So let's see if there was a pattern there with those Saturday games. All right, let me see. Marty's thinking the Kings stay on the 23 wins on the 23 date. The word king, the singular, is 23. Los Angeles Kings 61. Yeah, that is true. Washington, D.C. is also 61. So it might be a good day for them to pick up that 18th or 61st head series win on the 18th. And again, that's both the California home teams seem to have the edge in the riddles, but and that would also, again, give the Kings their 54th points, Capitals 54. So proceed with caution. Again, 59 date numerology. I think the 59 points teams might be some of the safer picks of the day. This one, I would take the puck line, though. Flames are a good team at home. Lightning, Blue Jackets, I really would just stay away from that game. And if you got to go with these California games, I'd favor the home teams here. They seem to have the better riddles on the board. So we'll wrap it up there for today. Be back tomorrow, same time. Thank you again for everyone participating in the chat. Try not to mess up on my college coaches tomorrow. Apologies. And good luck, everybody. Same time tomorrow. Have a good day.